Welcome to another episode of Cruising the Clemons north of the border. Last week we crossed at Sumas, Washington, stopped at a beautiful little lake in British Columbia, Canada, showed you what it's like to eat lunch on the side of the road, and finally stopped for the week in Dawson Creek. Come along as we continue our travel. Our home base for the next week was the Northern Lights RV Park right on the outskirts of Dawson Creek. After recuperating for 2 full days of travel, it was time to head in town and check things out. All right, we just pulled up to the visitor center here in Dawson Creek to go check out stuff. It's also partly a museum, so let's see what they got.
I'm just gonna get it out like that.
Entry thing.
Oh, he'll think that's awesome.
Wow.
Touch it. This reminds me of when I kissed him.
Good size.
Wait, that's
It's a homemade snowmobile.
yeah, if you look in the back, it's got a tread that spins. It's got like
Alright, when we came walking up, there was some obvious poop on the ground, and everybody had to say something about it. So we walked inside and we asked, whose poop is that? And there was apparently a moose eating these bushes all morning.
Yeah. So he hung out here all morning, she said, so.
And left us all this.
That was a lot.
Moose poop.
So we told you guys we're in Dawson Creek, and we finally made it to the visitor center. And if you're coming this way or you're going anywhere through like Canada and Alaska, stop in at these visitor centers. They're a wealth of knowledge. I think originally we got here, we thought there's not really much going on in town because it's, they call it the shoulder season, meaning most things are not open because things can still freeze. But she showed us all kinds of stuff in the park that like neither one of us had found, and we had certainly done all of our normal things that we usually do when we pull into a town. We also got like an Alaskan highway book that they gave us. She gave us a printout list for the Alaskan highway of all the gas stations and whether they carry gas or diesel.
Internet,
Yeah.
dump stations, showers.
Yeah, like everything. And I know that stuff is in the milepost, but sometimes this would be a lot easier to do.
Yeah,
than for
cheat
me
sheet.
Yeah, the cheat sheet for it. She also gave the kids like some stuff to do. It was just a wealth of knowledge. Super great people. There's a little museum, and then next door in the elevator, there in the grain elevator, there is also a art museum. Thanks. The kids are super excited because it's been rainy and cold, and any chance to get into the water.
we just want the water slide.
You can do it. Guys, you have a good time?
Did.
What was your favorite part?
Hot tub.
The hot tub was so hot. It was great. It was a nice change during the week today. I think to come here, it was nice to do something different this week. Have a good time?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Jumping off the boards, especially the big one.
Yeah, Kennedy?
The cool water in the second pool, because the other pools had like warm water, and it started getting hot, so like the other pool was nice and cool.
Okay. How about you? What was your favorite?
The lazy river.
The lazy river. Yeah. So we are going to be boondocking. We're dry camping for the next couple of weeks, and we may not have availability to a lot of water. So this is how I'm prepping. I am browning all of my meats, chopping up things like rotel and salsa. I've got all my meals planned out. And this way I will use the minimal amount of water to do dishes, even though I use like a paper towel to wash things out, or to clean it before we wash it. Just trying to use the least amount of water as possible, so a little prep goes a long way. After hanging out for the week, checking out the town, and doing some provisioning, it was time for us to head on to our next adventure, the start of the ALCAN.
It is day 3 of our travel trip to Alaska.
We spent the last week in Dawson Creek, and so we just did our picture with the famous beginning of the Alaskan highway sign.
Mile marker 0.
Right, so now we're gonna take off, and our goal today is to make it to Fort Nelson.
Yep.
Or just outside of Fort Nelson, and hopefully a lovely boondocking spot.
All right, let's go check it out.
Alright, so we stopped at gas, which we haven't talked about. The rule is fill up when you're at half tank when you see a gas station. And a little bit of a treat for us, because when we, on these long days, we pack lunch, we eat out of our back kitchen, but we're mostly eating cold stuff. So one of our kind of treats is to stop,
Get some chicken.
and get some Chester's chicken. Alright, so just to bring you up to speed on our animal count for today, we are 1 live moose,
2 dead ones.
2 dead moose, 1 wild horse. We were stopped at a rest area having lunch. They had picnic tables here. The boys are cold, so they said they're staying in the car to eat and not eat. But
This concrete picnic table is pretty cold.
there's a little bit of a wind out here. So, but Kennedy and I made pasta salad yesterday. Daddy's got like charcuterie and some yummy hummus that we got at a farmer's market in Seattle. And yeah, it's nice. Oh, when the sun comes out, it's really nice. Yeah, there's pit toilets. Mark said they were actually really clean. So it's not bad. The mountains are way far in the distance over there. Even Pancake's getting out for a little walk today during lunch. I just wanted to tell you about these rest areas, or these pull-offs. They're you'll find them quite often, and the great thing about the milepost book is that it'll tell you if it's gravel, what kind of things. Does it have pit toilets, does it have trash, and things like that. So they're super nice. They're big rig friendly most of the time. So and this one had picnic tables, so we sat out here and had some lunch. Okay, so it's a little after 2 o'clock, and we're just pulled over, and we were looking for a place to boondock for the night outside of Fort Nelson, and there's not very many spots. So I found this one on iOverlander actually, and it's at a lake, and you have a little bit of a lakefront area. And the thing I didn't take into consideration was the amount of ice that would still be on the lake. But it's really pretty, so let's take a look. This is it. Kitties out. Lots of like ducks and birds. In true daddy fashion, he's already picked up 3 new birds on his birding app. So, and at least gave us a chance to get out and walk around a little bit. We decided that although the spot was really beautiful, it was early enough in the day that we were going to go ahead and continue further down the road. Okay, so we just stopped to look at our next spot, which was the Muska River. Yeah, Muska River Recreational. It's a free campsite. It looks like it's nice. The problem is we pulled off. It's 4.5 kilometers winding road down the hill, and there's big warning sign that, like, you know, for possible road conditions and things like that. And we just don't want to take a chance getting back there, and maybe it's, you know, more rough than we thought. So, but no big deal. There are tons of spots on this road in this particular section. So we're just gonna go down the road to the next site. Oh, look at all the bison. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a new baby. Look, there he is. There's a baby. Aww. All right, we're adding bison to our list for today. Moose,
That was like
bison.
20, 30 bison.
Yeah. Ate a baby. And we've seen a handful of deer, but I don't know. They just don't count. We see deer all the time.
They do count.
Our next stop was the Tetsa River Lodge for their famous cinnamon buns.
This is the Tetsa River Lodge, and this is their specialty. What do you think?
Really good. It's warm. It's really good.
Pork sausage. Well, I tried it. Free sample, and it was delicious.
Worthwhile stop?
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel refreshed. So the reality is that our places that we were driving to today were a lot, the road conditions and everything were a lot better than we thought. So at this point, we're just heading to Laird Hot Springs, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's where we were supposed to head to tomorrow, but I think we're just going to do it today. Mark got out the Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
So we're going to power through it. That's so cool. We are having an epic animal day today. We just saw the stone sheep. I think the only thing we're missing now is
Caribou.
a caribou. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, that was so amazing.
We're having the best animal day.
Exactly, and the weather's beautiful.
Look
Well.
at the nubs on his hand.
Oh,
Cute.
Caribou to round out the day.
what an amazing day.
Hi, Mr. Caribou.
Aww.
Now you know what it's called.
Thanks.
Luncho.
There they go. Kind of with the theme of the day, see a sign for animals and the animals shall appear.
With a little tiny baby.
Oh, that baby's new. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Aw. By the time we arrived to Liard Hot Springs, it was around 8 p.m., and most of the spots in the campground were taken. It took us 2 tries around the campground to find a spot that was long enough to fit us, somewhat level, and had the best open sky for the Starlink. What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay.
The mosquitoes are the size of pterodactyls here.
It's so funny. See them like in front of the truck. What time is it right now?
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, we're not
It's
tired.
so light outside.
This is the
We're not even in the middle of summer when it's gonna be like light 24 hours, but we have not eaten dinner yet. And the kids are like, it's
We're
not,
not-
their phones all just shut down because
We're
it's
not
9
tired.
o'clock.
We're not
either.
tired.
Nobody's like tired. I'm tired.
I mean, it's been a long day, but I'm not tired.
This is like
Yeah.
our usual bedtime. Like we'd be in
Yeah.
bed by now.
Our dinner is like cooking. Like everybody just needed time to chill after the long day today. So, it's probably a 10 o'clock bedtime tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we've made it to Laird Hot Springs.
We went a lot longer today than we anticipated. We essentially did our 2-day trip in 1 day.
Yep, the roads were great. I would say it was 758 kilometers, which is 470 miles, and we did that in 11 hours with about an hour and a half worth of stopping.
Yeah.
So figure like 10 hours of driving at approximately 75 kilometers an hour, which is like 50 miles an hour. So I think we went very quick today.
Yeah.
The roads were in great condition. I didn't see any flags for frost heaves. There's a few signs, but everything was pretty easy.
I think the one thing I wanted to say is that plus and minus to driving up this early in the season. The negative part is that we did get to a stage. Now we definitely stop for gas, and we try not to let it go past the halfway point. But where we needed to refuel, it was
Yeah, there were several gas stations that
Yeah.
were closed.
so there was one point where we got down to like only a quarter of a tank left.
Yeah, it's like a 180 kilometer stretch of
Yeah.
road where there was no available gas.
Now, if we were in a flat section, that probably wouldn't have been a big deal, but we went some like decent grades. And we're hauling a full tank of water too. So, that's all extra weight.
Yeah.
So you got to take that kind of stuff in consideration. So that would be my negative. The positive is we saw a ton of animals. There was nobody on the road, so we literally stopped in the middle of the road to look at the animals.
Multiple times.
Right. So
And nobody came in either direction.
no, and it's not because
So-
Mark was like absolutely watching the mirrors to make sure that nobody was coming, but there was just nobody coming.
Yeah, there's nobody on the road today. It was great.
Yeah, so many animals today.
Yeah. So I guess to me it was a fantastic day. It was
Yep.
a long day, but there were so many animals. The mountains were beautiful, the rivers, the lakes, the frozen lakes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's all worth it, and it kept me energized. I got sleepy once before lunch.
You got sleepy in the part that was like a straight flat road,
Yeah.
and it
just
was
like-
the same green trees, brown grass,
Yeah.
and that was it.
So, but then I had that energy.
I think when we
I was fine.
Yeah,
so.
once we stopped for lunch, and I think you got some fresh air, you were feeling a lot better.
Yeah. So the place where we're at now, you will see next week when you watch,
Yeah.
is going to be absolutely amazing. Here's a teaser.